Well, I'm standing outside, nice fall day. You see behind me. Got a nice little breeze. Not bad out here. Um, Something that I've been wanting to talk about is the fact that I hear a lot of people call this country a democracy. I don't know why. I mean, this country has never been a democracy. It's always been a republic. Um, a democracy is one of the worst forms of government that's ever been conceived. It's basically a mob rule form of government, and it's not how this country was founded. This country was founded as a republic, which is um, based on the fact that the populace elects officials to represent us in the government. There's a book that was published in 1928 by the U.S. War Department that tells the difference between a democracy and a republic. I'm going to show you some excerpts from this book. I hope it's enlightening for you.
Let's begin with some definitions. The precise and scholarly definitions presented throughout the manual, that is, Training Manual number TM 2000-25, were carefully considered as a proper guide for U.S. soldiers and U.S. citizens by the Chief of Staff of the United States Army in 1928. Such definitions take precedence over any definitions that may be found in the present commercial dictionaries, which have suffered periodic modification to please the powers in office. First, there's an autocracy. In an autocracy, authority is derived through heredity. People have no choice in the selection of their rulers and no voice in making of the laws. It results in arbitrariness, tyranny, and oppression. And attitude toward property is feudalistic. Attitude toward law is that the will of the ruler shall control regardless of reason or consequences. Autocracy sees one person as superior to all others. Autocracy declares the divine right of kings. Its authority cannot be questioned. Its powers are arbitrarily or unjustly administered. Next is democracy. It's a government of the masses. Its authority is derived through mass meeting or any other form of direct expression. It results in mobocracy. Its attitude toward property is communistic, negating property rights. Its attitude toward law is that the will of the majority shall regulate, whether it be based upon deliberation or governed by passion, prejudice, and impulse without restraint or regard to consequences. It results in demagogism, license, agitation, discontent, and anarchy. Mobocracy, or democracy, the same thing, is the direct rule of the people and has been repeatedly tried without success. And finally, a republic. In a republic, authority is derived through the election by the people of public officials best fitted to represent them. Its attitude toward property is respect for laws and individual rights and a sensible economic procedure. Its attitude toward law is the administration of justice in accord with fixed principles and established evidence, with a strict regard to consequences. A greater number of citizens and extent of territory may be brought within its compass, and it avoids the dangerous extreme of either tyranny or mobocracy. A republic results in statesmanship, liberty, reason, justice, contentment, and progress. It is the standard form of government throughout the world. A republic is a form of government under a constitution which provides for the election of an executive and a legislative body who, working together in a representative capacity, have all the power of appointment, all power of legislation, all power to raise revenue and appropriate expenditures, and are required to create a judiciary to pass upon the justice and legality of their governmental acts and to recognize certain inherent individual rights. Take away any one or more of those four elements and you are drifting into autocracy. Add one or more to those four elements and you're drifting into democracy. Our constitutional fathers, familiar with the strength and weakness of both autocracy and democracy, with fixed principles definitely in mind, defined a representative republican form of government. They made a very marked distinction between a republic and a democracy and said repeatedly and emphatically that they had founded a republic. James Madison, in The Federalist, emphasized the fact that this government was a republic and not a democracy. The Constitution makers having considered both an autocracy and a democracy as undesirable forms of government, while a republic promises the cure for which we are seeking. The death of a republic. Shortly after the bank holiday in 1933, orders from the FDR White House suddenly demanded without explanation that all copies of this book be withdrawn from the government printing office and the army posts to be suppressed and destroyed. So began the demagogic descent of the United States and the subversion of the Constitution into Americanized National Socialism, bankruptcy, and the continued state of national emergency that we have experienced as a nation for the past 70 plus years.
So there it is. The United States is and always has been a republic, never been a democracy. Now there are democratic ways of voting is a democratic way of doing things, but the government itself is not a democracy. I hope that this has enlightened you and all the viewers out here as to why I get upset when people, politicians, newscasters, call this country a democracy. It is not, and I will never, ever agree with that. Thank you.